Insight to Judah. At the birth of Leah and Jacob's fourth son, Judah, we hear a real shift within Leah, as this name means praise. Her choice of name really signifies she's now in a completely different place in her heart and mind compared to the first three births. Through the names of Reuben, Simeon and Levi, we hear their mother saying to her neglectful husband, "Look at me, hear me, attach yourself in love to me. I've given you 3 sons." Here at the birth of Judah, however, Leah's focus has shifted from Jacob onto her God as she turns to him in joyful praise. Her worship through Judah's name suggests a change in her priorities and thinking, as this name doesn't reflect the pain and longing in her heart, but rather reflects her gratitude to God. By all accounts, her status as the unloved wife hadn't changed, but she was clearly willing and able to worship through her circumstances. It's no surprise that Leah's marriage to Jacob was an unhappy one, as we read in Genesis chapter 29 that it all began with deceit and trickery. Leah must have gone into this marriage knowing that Jacob was in love with her sister Rachel and not her, but perhaps she thought this was her last chance to be married and hoped he might grow in his affections for her over time. It could be suggested that it was unfair of Leah to expect Jacob to love her when their union was based on deception, and this is possibly an action that Leah went on to deeply regret in her life. Perhaps the cultural pressures of the day and prompting from her father Laban may have had Leah feeling she didn't have any other choice in the matter. But whatever her own level of responsibility was in this situation, the scriptures show us that the Lord, in his grace, demonstrated great kindness towards Leah. He not only gave her children, but sons, who were considered to be of higher importance in that culture. He also brought her into a home where she would learn about the one true God, Yahweh, as her marriage to Jacob meant that she was removed from the idol worship of her father's house and introduced to the God of redemption. Most importantly though, through the Lord's tender care of Leah, her heart was transformed as he turned the ashes of her life into something beautiful. The fact that she could praise God at the birth of her fourth son shows that she had a personal relationship with her Creator and was allowing him to heal her heart of bitterness. She may have felt unseen and unwanted within her marriage, but Leah was certainly neither of those things in the eyes of the Lord. Yes, Rachel had greater physical beauty in the world's eyes, but Leah had an inner beauty that was of precious value to God. Jacob may not have chosen or appreciated Leah, but God clearly did. As I mentioned in my poem, 2 of the greatest tribes of Israel came through this lesser valued wife. The tribe of Levi, who went on to become the honoured helpers of the priests, had Leah's blood flowing through their veins, as did the royal tribe of Judah, through whom came the likes of King David and, most importantly, Jesus Christ, the Messiah. It seems that Leah's true victory came when she was willing to stop looking at her problems and start looking at the Lord. Instead of using her circumstances as an excuse to turn away from God, she allowed them to push her closer to him. The birth of Judah shows us this woman now has a heart of peace and praise towards the only one who can truly fulfill her in life, her God. What a powerful testimony for her children and for those around her. And Leah will forever be remembered and honoured as the mother of 2 of the greatest tribes in Israel.